Good morning, my friends. Here's a little bonus video for you. We are going to get caught up to date in the Margarete Miller Collage Assignment. Now, do stay tuned because I have a short little update on what's going to happen next year with my collaging. I will do a formal kind of announcement video or something at some point, but just to put it out there to you guys who regularly watch my channel and might want to help me out a little bit. But anyway, let's get this done first. I'm just looking at my book. It's getting a little bit sort of lumpy bumpy with all this wonderful goodness in here. And so it's not flat. But anyway, so week 41, the current week, woohoo. A list of a few ingredients from a favorite recipe, something found in your bag or purse, something mechanical, something that looks like a secret code, a house, and a bonus is a key. So I'm going to start with the house, which is this illustration here from a well, not an illustration, it's a photograph from a magazine. And I'm just going to trim it down to size to fit the page. Now I'm not sure, I might need to grab something out just to fill in the background because I haven't even taken the time to compose this one. I do have a little bit of a story though, you know, usually do. Not very often that I don't. So there's the house. We're just going to kind of put it there for a moment. Something found in your bag or purse. So I've got this little image here out of another magazine of coins. So I've got coins in my purse and this one happens to have a little kiwi sitting on top. I thought he was rather cute, wee kiwi toy. Something mechanical, I have this very little image here of a drill. So a power drill, I don't know. Now, recipe, ingredients from a favorite recipe. This is not a favorite recipe, but it does have ingredients in my favorite recipe. So butter, onion, celery, carrot, they are staples in when I do like a soup or a mince dish or anything like that. They are my go-to staples. So that's my list, but I found this recipe in this same magazine and I thought that actually sounds really yummy. I want the whole recipe, so I'm going to retain it in my collage and maybe I might remember it's there and look back at it and actually make it one day. Although it's very hard to find smoked chicken nowadays. Used to be in the supermarkets and everywhere, but I just haven't seen it for ages. The bonus, I'll duck to the bonus. So we've got this key here in a jar, which is something I stamped a while ago, and I thought that would fit the bill there. And something that looks like a secret code. I think we're actually going to be good for coverage of the page, actually. And this is a puzzle out of a magazine, puzzle magazine that I've had for ages, like it was, I don't know, 2000 and something, like pre-2010, I'm pretty sure. Like it's really old. I'm just tearing off the edges. And I just thought that kind of looked like some sort of secret code thing. So that will fill that prompt. And might not have to tear off that other side if I can just kind of slide it in. Don't lose the drill. Slide it in under here. About there. Yeah, I think that's going to work. And then the drill can just, I don't know, go somewhere. I don't want to cover up the instructions of that charter recipe though, because I want to be able to perhaps refer back to it if I ever want to make it. If I remember that it's here, which, you know, that could be a bit doubtful. Now, where do I want to put my prompts today? Do we want to, would it work in there? It might work in there if I just trim it down a little bit. Take a wee sliver off the side. Yeah, and I think that will work, and we can just pop it down in there, maybe just with the title showing. So about there for glue. Okay, let's try and glue this all down, and then we'll get into what's going on in this little scene. This was one where I looked at it and I go, oh, no, I can't come up with anything. It's not speaking to me. But, you know, it takes quite a long time to find all the bits and pieces for the collage to meet the prompts. And I quite often find as I am hunting for things and looking for things, and things kind of jump out at me and go, oh, this would pair with that. And then why would it pair with that? Because there's kind of the beginnings of an idea of a story occurring in my brain. And that turns into hunting for specific things to try and match in with that story, which, yeah, sometimes that's terrible because it just doesn't work and I can't find the right thing. But and other times it just opens my mind to go in a slightly different direction, and I'm looking for something, but then I see something else and my brain goes, that would work. It's not what you were looking for, but that would work. You can adjust your story, or it would just work in a direct swap out with what I was actually looking for. So yeah, it's a funny thing, my brain. Right, I think I'll put this down next, our little code piece. It wasn't a very nice section of the puzzle book, this particular section. It had a big, huge redback spider on it. It's got this guy in a noose. It was kind of almost Halloweenish, but it was a summer publication, a Southern Hemisphere summer. It's an Australian magazine. So it wasn't like Halloween is in spring in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's like, I don't know why it was all, just wasn't very nice. And there was the spider was down here. So he went on the fire. He, she, it. Because I can't even bear to look at things like that. But the puzzle, I thought this was the puzzle that matched with the spider. I thought the puzzle itself is fine. Okay, let's put the recipe on. So I want to glue down to about there so that we don't lose our prompt. Sorry, just try and be on camera. So we don't lose our prompt list down to the bottom of this recipe, because that would be annoying. Never get it out again, I don't think. And it's got a raggedy edge. I'm all good with that. Just a bit up the side. A little bit froggy. Let me just have a wee sip of my coffee. I've really struggled to warm up this morning. It's so cold. Well, I think it's so cold. Right, let's put the money there with the kiwi on the coins. Who has coins in their wallets, their purses nowadays? I feel not as common as it once was, because we do so much through a card or online that to actually have cash in your whatever, your wallet, is quite difficult. And a lot of wallets these days are actually made without coin petitions, you know, coin whatever, places to put your coins. And if you carry around your phone and that's your wallet, they typically don't have a coin petition. Some do. You can get them with coin slots or whatever you want to call it, but a lot don't have them. But I do have, I think, $1.40 in coins in my purse, and there's a zipper pouch, and I just put them in there. But it's it's not really designed for coins, and it's super hard. Whenever I do want to get a coin out, it's really hard to dig to the bottom of it and find the coins. It's also where I keep my painkillers if I need a painkiller while I'm out and about and things like that. So it's just like, yeah, they don't accommodate for coins so much these days, I've found. So we're just going to pop our key up here in this kind of foggy, cloudy area. Give it some interest up there. That glue hopefully will disappear. It's very thin paper that I've stamped on. It's one step up from being tissue, so it's very thin. Right, and our drill. I've got to remember the story actually, because I came up with the story yesterday and then doing the video today, and it's like, can I remember actually what I had in mind? Hopefully. The drill is a bit of a funny one in the story. It's kind of like lumped in there just because I had to try and work it in somehow. But still, I think it makes sense. You be the judge. Does it make sense? Okay, let's pop the drill there. Okay. So this house here is an article from a magazine, a New Zealand magazine, and it's out in the countryside, and it's actually an accommodation place. So the people live there, but they have people come and pay to stay there, but there's no flushing toilet, there's no internet, there's no phone reception. It's very, very out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the beautiful New Zealand bush. So it's very off the grid. It does have electric power, I believe, but that's about as far as it goes. So this house, so my story is not so much about that side of things, but there's this couple that live in this house, and they've developed a popular recipe, a dish. This is the dish, smoked chicken chowder, and it has just blown up across the country. Like everybody loves it, and you know, it's a bit like, think of like Coca-Cola and the recipe, the secret, or KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, how the recipe is secret. Everybody wants to pay to buy the recipe, and so they're out in the back blocks, hidden away, secluded from everybody else, trying to protect what's made their fortune. And it doesn't look like that, you know, they've got a lot of money, but this is the lifestyle they prefer. They don't want the fame, they don't want the fortune, they don't want to sell their recipe and make billions of dollars. They just want to protect it from any bad people. Bad people. So they're out in the back blocks. That's one of their protection measures against people stealing the recipe, is that they're in a location that nobody would think to look. But they didn't stop there. They also have included a special room to keep this recipe in. And to throw people off the scent, they've got some money, some coins sitting around. You know, so if anybody does break into the room, they'll think they've found the treasure because there's some money sitting around. Yeah, some money. And they've got a little kiwi toy sitting on it just because they're nature lovers. So they've got a little kiwi minding their stash of coins and dollar bills and whatever else. But the kiwi also serves another purpose because they've got a little nanny cam in there. And the wee kiwi has got a cam. So if anybody does break in, they can get some footage of the would-be thief. But we've still got the recipe to protect, and they just don't want to put it in the room with just the coins, you know, laying about. So they've got a secret little safe. They do. A secret little safe where they've hidden the recipe in this room. And they've got a key for it, but they know themselves. They're out enjoying nature and busy making their special chowder and things. They're busy people. They know they'll mislay the key. So they've popped it in a jar and they've put it on a shelf with lots of other jars. So to anyone casually looking, it's just a collection of jars of interesting bits and pieces because it's an antique key. You know, it's a really ornate. It doesn't look like it actually would be used today. So it's just hidden in plain sight. And then on the safe, it's not only a key lock, but there's a combination code, the secret code. So you've got to have not only the key, which is why also they feel they can just leave it hidden in plain sight, but you also need the secret code to get into the safe. So they feel like their recipe is very, very safe. But one day, a naughty person came along with a power drill, intent on evil deeds. They want that recipe, they're armed with a drill, and they're ready to break in. So there we go. That's where the story ends, on that note of suspense. Can you handle it? I'm sure you can. So that glue should be dry. We're just going to pop that in there now. And that's the collage for week 41, and I'm super excited to be up to date. That feels really, really good. So I'm just going to leave this here for you to look at and peruse as I just talk for a couple of minutes about what's going to happen next year. So I've got two options, my own option and the Margarete Miller Collage Assignment. I don't even know if she's going to put out another list next year. I assume that Margarete will. But regardless of that, I have decided to do my own thing. I'm still going to do in a similar vein, but I think you guys really enjoy the story aspect of this. Would that be fair to say? Please put in comments if you disagree with me, that you don't enjoy the story aspect, but I think a lot of you do, and I enjoy it, and it's a challenge, and it's a fun challenge. So next year, what I want to do is I want you guys to help me out. I want people to provide me a list of 5 collage prompts. So think along the vein of the Margarete Miller, you know, things that I can glue onto a page. So don't get too tricky with like, you know, something that's going to be too bulky. Think of things that I can find a picture of, or thin things like a bit of lace or a bit of fabric or something. Those are okay. But what I would like, and this is just the initial kind of throw it out to you guys just to kind of get it out there, is in comments, and you can do this on each and every collage video from now on. You don't need to wait for the official announcement, is provide me a list of 5 things to go in one collage. And each week next year, I will choose one set. So I want lots of them. I need to cover 52 weeks. Please excuse me. I'm so raspy. A wee sip of coffee might help. So I need to cover 52 weeks, so I need lots and lots of lists. So if on every video you could provide me one set, so just do one at a time because I want lots of different people to participate. One set of collage prompts that you know, just pull out your brain, and then I will pick a set. I will add a bonus prompt to it. So because on the Margarete Miller there's a total of 6 prompts, I will add the 6th myself and weave your prompts into a story. So for example, person A supplies me a list of 5 things, I add a 6th, then I put those things all together, create a collage and a story with those things. So that, and then I'll name the person. So, you know, if Abracadabra, you know, if that's your YouTube handle, if Abracadabra provides me prompts and I choose those prompts for a week, they will have their name in the, probably in the title, or at least in the description box. I haven't fully fleshed out the details. So that's what I'm planning. Let me know if that's not clear enough, because when I do the proper announcement, I want to make sure it's, you know, easy to follow and understand. I'm really excited by the prospect. I think it should be fun. It engages you guys a bit more, gives you a bit more ownership on what I'm doing. And I think it will be fun for you to come and see how I weave your prompts into a story. Now, I would say don't create your own story when you're choosing the prompts, but I'm not going to. If you want to do that, that's fine, because I won't have a clue. And it'll be interesting if you do have a little story in your brain about how they go together as to the differences or similarities between our stories. So I'm not going to even put that out there. Just like, you just give me 5 prompts, I'll add a 6th and do a collage. So, and you can start on this video. Yep, put down in comments a list of 5 things. Go for it, guys. I'm really excited. I'll write it all down in a notebook, and that's what we'll do next year. Have some fun. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me on this bonus video. I hope you've really enjoyed this, and I hope you're looking forward to what's coming next year, because I am so excited. I think it's going to be great fun. Okay, have a great rest of your weekend, my friends. I will be back tomorrow with a Deal It Up challenge. I'll see you then. Bye for now.